Oh boy, time now for another
exciting episode of Mr.
Nailsin Sunday Comics.
We'll continue with Peacemaker. Peacemaker.
In our future world.
Our future world. Yeah.
So there it is.
Not too bad of a cover,
Not
you know.
too
bad of a cover, you know.
Yeah,
Not bad.
not
Yet.
bad.
So that's our story. I gotta clear my throat.
And the problem
And
is,
the problem is,
maybe this mutes it.
Does that mute me? And then maybe this mutes me. There, perhaps that worked. I don't know. If it did, it means you didn't hear me coughing like an idiot. Come on. Come on. All right. I'm listening. All right. That seems to have done the trick. All right. Sorry for that little interlude, but there's always something, you know. Yeah. All right. Super tip should work as well. So, well, let me test it. Yeah. No. Okay, it's got to be like that. It's got to be like this and like that. And
Little Doug will do you. A little me will do you. Thanks for entertaining me in the mornings while I'm working. I very much appreciate it.
all right. Let me see here. I might want to move this down a little. Maybe. There. That might work. All right. Just a little behind the scenes stuff that I'm dealing with. But the main show here is Peacemaker. So, of course, the Peacemaker show is going along with its second season. So I thought, hey, I'll read old Peacemaker comics from way back when, the 60s to be, accurate, I suppose. Anyway, and there you go. I'll read those. So that's the deal. I've read quite a few. Now I'm going to read this one. This is the third issue of Peacemaker from Carlton Comics. So you got this frogman with, I don't know, a sword, machete, and Peacemaker. It's okay because he's got his scuba stuff on, and he's got a girl with him, and it's okay because she's got some scuba stuff too. Looks like he's fondling her ear. I don't know. Anyway, it's nice. So the main story, the first story, will be Our Future World. See, there's the title right there on the first page. Yeah. The brilliant, beautiful scientist Gerda Hain is one of those chosen by the Italian nuclear physicist Enrico Lucetti, selected from all the world to become a citizen of the future. After all persons living on the surface of our world have died in a nuclear holocaust, which he believes is inevitable, Lucetti's submarine world will survive and remake the world. According to the blueprints drawn up by the genius, can even the Peacemaker resist the strange new race of men Lucetti, or maybe it's Lucetti, I don't know, has created? Can he save the girl they've captured? The odds are great, but long odds are expected by the Peacemaker. So I guess these frogmen will be the men of the future, and he's fighting them off, and she was like, God, can you just mind your own business? Maybe she's really into him, Did you ever think of that, Peacemaker? But, yeah. Oh, man. Sorry about that. Anyway, Gerda Hain international beauty has been chosen by Luchetti for his future world. Yeah. English Hilary Smythe Janes was taken from a Himalayan peak to join the select group. Tony Halusky, I guess, was picked up after leading the Green Bay Oilers to professional football victory. It looks more like an outfit from that rollerball movie, kind of, anyway. A typist in New York, Eileen McCowan, is also recruited. Mm-hmm. So basically, he needs some Eves for his Adams. And my guess is we're going to find out that these guys were turned into these guys. Yeah. Wow. That's not what a catfish looks like, but, that's what it looks like he's doing. But it's underwater, so we'll never know. Anyway, there we go. Volume 3. See, I was right. Number 3, I was totally right. July 1967. Yeah, it did say 60s. Boy, I got it all. Anyway, perhaps Enrico Luchetti himself should explain his eccentric behavior. It was in 1945 that as a young prodigy, he assisted in developing an improved cobalt bomb. Mankind has gone mad. We will destroy ourselves. Our world will become a vast, crusted desert, lifeless. All that is fine will perish. Fine is in fine babes, right? So he wants to find the best he can and keep them on his submarine. Every man's hand is turned to destructive work. Not one is concerned with preserving our heritage. This will be my goal. I will, despite the rest of the world, save the human race. It's giving him a headache, though, So it's quite the burden. So, I don't know. He likes to go scuba diving or whatever. It is serene here. Even the nuclear storms which wipe out life on the surface will not greatly affect the creatures here. If man could only adapt to surviving here, he needs air. This is the most serious obstacle. See, it takes a genius to figure that part out. Yeah, it's hard to live on the bottom of the sea like this. Because you can't breathe under there. There's air in the water, but it's all that water that gets in the way, So if you try to do that, you will drown. So, but fortunately, Enrico's is genius, and he's like, well, that's the more serious obstacle. I got to figure that part out. But perhaps he has. For 15 years, until 1960, Luchetti was groping. He's a pervert. He's just been groping babes all over the place. And in between that, he goes underwater and dreams about, living with mermaids or whatever. He went ahead with building a vast underseas complex. The world was unaware of his vast strides in this area. And he experimented with more or less willing volunteers, probably less, attempting to acclimate men and women to life below the surface. Then he discovered a chemical. Oh, well, that should come in handy. I've got it. Subject B29 has remained underwater for 3 days. Rudimentary gill slits enabling him to extract oxygen from water, just as fish do. Yeah, but look what it turned him into, Oh, well. So, well, there you go. He's got his fish man. Back to the present and American peace diplomat Christopher Smith, who is offering transportation to Dr. Gerda Hain, outstanding expert in the studies of radiation on protozoan reproduction. It is good of you to come, Mr. Smith. The equipment has been assembled at the site, Dr. Hain. We must hurry. Conditions are perfect. for the work we contemplate.
This work is of the greatest urgency. It has been deferred far too long, Mr. Smith.
I agree, Dr. Hand.
This locale is suitable, Mr. Smith?
Eminently, Dr. Hand. So they're going to need a little moment alone upstairs, you know. See, this is afterwards. So, but, you know. Suddenly, the biochemist has vanished. The peace envoy named Smith is no more. Here are Gerda and Chris seeking relaxation from their duties. Duties. Champagne, doctor.
In a moment, Christopher. First, I'm going to take a quick swim out to the reef. I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah, they totally shagged. They did. Dr. Lucetti's description states, very healthy, stable, high IQ, desirable type. Lucetti understates. So she goes into the water. See this chap? Converted by Lucetti to function efficiently underwater. He's following Gerda. Or Gerda. Yeah. So there she goes, la, 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 la. And basically, it's kind of like Creature from the Black Lagoon, but it's creatures from the Black Lagoon. Except I guess this is the Mediterranean, not the Black Lagoon. Anyway, he sees some chick in her bathing suit, and he's like, yeah. They've got her! Yeah, they do. A very good year for the grape. Where is she? The wine will get flat if she doesn't hurry. And I might go flaccid. She's been gone more than 10 minutes. I think I'll swim out and fetch her. Well, if she's been underwater for 10 minutes, well, yeah. Shark. And there's another. If she's run into this kind of trouble, well, it's probably over then. That's too bad. At least I got to bang her once, you know. That's all right. Goes back up, gets dressed, leaves. Never thinks about her again. No, I won't go that way. This shark is hostile. Wait a minute. How am I able to speak underwater? I guess it's another one of my amazing Peacemaker abilities. Something had them agitated before I made the scene. But another swimmer. Wait a minute. He'll kill me unless... I don't think the sharks got to Gerda. I think she was taken by them. Yeah, you got to get up pretty early in the morning to fool old Chris Smith, better known as the Peacemaker. See? So in a few seconds, the equipment of the Peacemaker is donned, and his belt jets hurtle him across the belt jets. Aren't they on his back? Well, whatever. Him across the shallow inshore waters. Whoever and whatever they are, they'll be operating in deep water. Pocket radar indicates a structure. What's the swordfish doing? Oh, is this... Well, that's the sky. That's him diving into the ocean, so the swordfish is just flying over. Hey, swordfish can't fly, right? And that far over this fish is gonna die out. Whatever. I designed the jets to propel me underwater too, in case you were wondering. I've got several handy little gadgets for this sort of work. I don't know. I guess I'm talking to myself. Anyway, not an air breather. I've got a capsule here. A capsule diffuses a sedative which takes instant effect on water-breathing creatures. So you made up... well, I guess he could shoot it at sharks and stuff and knock them out, which would kill them. They have to keep moving to breathe. But anyway... designed for... Oh, yeah, that's what he said. I should just keep reading, you know. Oh, well.
Designed for sharks, of course. Works with these fellows equally well.
Hey, buddy, what's up? Doop, doop, doop. There goes his gun, too. Anyway,
that's where they came from. And it's where they'll take Gerda.
Well, they probably already did. Yeah, but whatever. Oh, well, the Peacemaker suddenly spies Gerda Hain being taken toward the vast crystal bubble. She's, unless they got some sort of breathing apparatus on, she's dead already, you know? Well,
I arrived in time.
Says that man, we can use him.
Oh, man, I didn't know they were into that.
Reinforcements are coming. Barbs flash past the Peacemaker, narrowly missing. Rocket missiles fail, and the Peacemaker uses his infinite variety of rays, capsules, etc., to hold the web-footed army at bay. If capturing the Peacemaker is too costly, we will do without him. Stand back! We will destroy him.
Since I don't want to be destroyed, I'd better let them capture me.
All right. I could see your point. Ba-ding. So a clumsily aimed spear, it's a knife, right, slams into the head of the Peacemaker against his impact-proof plastic helmet, actually. And the man who hates war, but constantly engages in it, and violence, and constantly engages in that too, seems knocked out. Well done. Bring the Peacemaker to the chamber.
And then, Christopher, how on earth did you? I'll explain someday, Gerda. Right now, I am
the Peacemaker.
Now, who's in charge?
So she recognized him instantly, even though he's wearing his mask and all that. But then again, she did just bang him earlier, so she's known him intimately.
Wait a minute. You're Dr. Enrico Lucetti, the physicist. You testified at the disarmament meeting in Geneva.
Good Lord. That face. Exactly, Mr. Smith. Or Peacemaker, if you prefer that cognomen. I am recruiting the very highest types to people. My little settlement. And by people, I expect them to fuck and give birth. Dr. Hain will be one of the select inner world. She will marry some handsome, eligible chappie, while you, Peacemaker, are destined to become an aquatic animal. You will command the warrior force patrolling the seas. Take the Peacemaker away. Oh, here's the Kool-Aid.
Is that what he gave you to drink?
Within a few hours, you will be just as we are. Drink! Drink!
It's not my brand, Buster. I've had the $3 tour, boys. I'm ready to go.
I will destroy you personally. Oh, wait, it was him.
It will take more than that fancy popcorn.
He's got to find a way out of Lucetti's future world. Well, no kidding.
Where are we going, Peacemaker? We'll try this side. I don't know. Lucetti won't wait for a nuclear war to destroy man. He'll precipitate it.
Now, where'd you get that from, But he's probably right, though. In part 1. Oh, boy, that's exciting, isn't it? Part 2. But first,
Oh, well, there's no one here, so it doesn't.
Okay. Oh, well, might as well get this done anyway. Part 2, our future world. But this way, too, is blocked. Get down. My nylon armor deflects the missiles. It does? Nylon? Well, all right. And the laser ray neutralizes the weapon. There's an escape chamber. Grab one of those lungs. Grab the lungs. Hey, look, her top's coming off. Cool, huh? But the Peacemaker discovers that the fishmen are only one element in Dr. Lucetti's security measures. Outside the huge bubble, a horde of deadly creatures suddenly appears, summoned by Lucetti.
Turn back, Peacemaker. Give up, or you will die hideously.
Do you want to surrender, Gerda?
Never, Peacemaker.
By the way, this is the Peacemaker. Pursue this man, destroy him. My power spear will not miss. Stay behind me, Gerda. So he's able to wrestle this shark to take the spear, I guess. I don't know. Another spear. Got it. If I draw blood from the whale, the sharks will go crazy. If they go into a feeding frenzy, come on. So I guess he gutted the whale and the sharks went crazy. I don't know. Gerda Hain is left behind. Great going, Peacemaker. As the Peacemaker speeds through the area searching for Dr. Lucetti's strange structures. Now's the time to go sightseeing. You know. Lucetti wouldn't be content with setting up a survival city. A zealot like him will have some means to create the chaos he requires to activate his plans. Concrete structures, subsurface subpens, a form of missile-launching submarine. Lucetti has about 6, I'd say. Not enough to destroy the world, but sufficient to provoke the nuclear-capable powers into all-out war. This is exactly what he intends. Well, it all worked out exactly as he thought it would. Just as the Peacemaker finishes his reconnaissance, the opening is filled by 2 of Lucetti's new race of men. One has a long-handled trident. The other is apparently unarmed. I can handle the fellow with the pig sticker. It's the other who worries me. Okay. The first one is attacking, a diversionary effort to let the other get around above me. The second unarmed creature makes his cast, and a tangle of steel-tough nylon hampers Peacemaker's movements. I could free myself, but I've seen enough out here. I want to talk to Lucetti anyhow. Well, then what did you escape for in the first place? They captured Gerda. I wish she'd gotten clear. I've got enough to worry about already. You left her there, you idiot. Take Peacemaker to the conversion room. The woman goes into the detention pen with the others. I am amazed, Peacemaker, that a man of your capabilities lets himself be recaptured. I permitted your bunglers to trap me. Now, Lucetti, give yourself up to me. I will return the prisoners to their homes. We provide antidotes to normalize your fishmen, and I will destroy your apparatus. Well, when you put it like that, you are without fear, truly formidable. But I am a foe such as you have never known. I am aware of your ingenious weapons. On your person, you've got conventional firearms. And of course, the deadly laser. What? Clang!
What? You know of the laser. If I use it, Lucetti, I'll wreck everything.
Just try Peacemaker.
That's it. This is a specifically coated plastic bubble, which reflects the laser ray. Ow, that burned me. Oh, no. This is designed to penetrate 3-inch thick steel.
You see, Peacemaker? It's a good thing it didn't go right through him, you know.
I am your prisoner, Lucetti. What are your plans?
First, I will activate the missile launchers. A few missiles will start the United States and Russia, hurtling missiles at each other. You expect me to remove the bubble to see what you're up to? I won't fall for it, Peacemaker. Now, I will pay my own composition, which I shall call Requiem. I'll play my own composition. Okay. Requiem for mankind. Let's see. I shall activate the subs like a saw. Stand by, launch assistance. Did he just brainwash them too? Because the idea that they would go through with this and turn into that seems, well, you know, unlikely. But submariners positioned to launch missile. Stand by. Countdown begins. 9, 8, 7, 6. Peacemaker has delayed too long. He's using the laser ray on the floor, untreated and vulnerable to the melting heat of the weapon.
There's a compartment below. I've got to hurry.
So the super genius forgot the floor.
The prisoner compartment. Peacemaker! Lucetti's control console is directly above this location. Those cables control Lucetti's missile launchers.
How do you... 4, 3, 2...
I've got to break these cables.
1...
Am I in time?
The missiles do not launch, but short circuits inside destroy Lucetti's deadly vessel. Okay, whatever.
We've got to reach Lucetti. He'll try to get away. Come on. Look, Peacemaker. There is Dr. Lucetti. Oh, the poor man. A fitting end, perhaps. Now we've got to undo all that he has wrought with his misdirected genius.
End of an Ida with Christopher Smith, Stuffy Peace Envoy, and Dr. Gerda Hain returning to their unsuspecting worlds. The end. That was just awful. It was just stupid.
I've got to do this. I've got to go there and do that. I'll just abandon the girl I came to save and swim around and look at all this stuff that Dr. Lucetti has. I know I'll get captured. Oops. None of my weapons work. But thanks, the genius was not that smart and forgot the floor was unprotected. So he got through there. All his stuff falls apart. And I guess we'll just have to take Peacemaker's word that they have an antidote for those fishmen, you know. Otherwise, well. Now the Fighting Five is the backup story. Well, I don't know if I'll bother with that one. Is there another Peacemaker one here? There's the Carlton character. See, there's Thunderbolt, Judo Master. He looks different in the show now. Peacemaker, of course. And Captain Atom. Plus the Blue Beetle. So there you go. Cool, huh? Yeah, that was it. That's our future world.
Well, that's something. That's something. It's not much, but it is something. I said Mr. Mike Panzer. This is great. Thanks. Well, thank you, Mike Panzer. At least somebody watched. All right, let me check. Nope. All right. So the next thing will obey. Yeah, put that there. And should be able. Does it show up? Is it? There it is. There we go. This will work. So basically, I'm just going to do some Nailsin ratings news. But most of these are sort of kind of, well, connected to the fantastic and stuff. You know, like superhero comic books do. And I think one of them is a Marvel story. So there's that. That's something. It is. And I'll be able to go through that. And that'll make for an okay deal for Mr. Come on, you stupid thing. Work there. Okay, here we go. Gina Carano starring in Batman-esque Las Vegas crime series called Logan Rain. Yes. She's going to be doing that. Not Logan's Run, Logan Rain. All right, so Gina Carano has taken on what sounds almost like a Batman-style role in her first TV project since The Mandalorian. 6 weeks after settling her lawsuit with Disney, the actress has signed on to headline Logan Rain, a vigilante drama set in her hometown of Las Vegas. She'll probably be carrying weapons somewhat like that, but not as spaced AG, you know. Developed by Straight Wire Entertainment Group with producers Sean Reddick and Yvette Yates Reddick. They did Get Out and Black Klansman. Logan Rain casts former MMA fighter Gina Carano as a legal assistant by day and a crime fighter by night. A setup that sounds straight out of Gotham, only with the neon glow and grit of Las Vegas. Carano says the role is one she's been craving. Logan Rain is someone I have been craving to bring to life. Returning to Las Vegas, which is its own fantastic character in itself, and also the place I grew up, is going to be exhilarating. Lights, camera, action, art, grit, Vegas has it all. I'm giddy at the possibilities, she told Deadline. Producers praised Carano as the perfect fit for the vigilante lead. Logan Rain is the kind of bold, adrenaline-driven series we can't wait to bring to audiences with Gina, the Reddick said. From the very start, we knew Gina was Logan Rain. Straight Wire's Rob Weston, who also manages Carano, called the role destined to become her most iconic character yet. So she posted about it, I guess. Carano's new series marks her first television role since her firing from The Mandalorian in 2021. Just weeks ago, she reached settlement with Disney over her wrongful termination and discrimination lawsuit. While terms weren't disclosed, Disney's statement at the time said it looked forward to identifying opportunities to work with her again. That's fueled ongoing speculation about a possible Star Wars return. But for now, Carano is set to carve out a different kind of vigilante role, one that's been described as a gritty, Batman-esque crime fighter patrolling the streets of Las Vegas. Yes, it's been described by this article several times over, but the point's taken. You think she'll wear an outfit of some sort? Like, but it's called Logan Rain, so I'm assuming that's the character's actual name, But then again, maybe she will disguise it. There's no, comic book superhero name for the character. But people will wonder, who is this? Who's doing that? Could be. But when it comes to this sort of thing, like you got your vigilante and it's not a man playing the role, you need someone like Gina who has the credibility to pull it off. That because she's an MMA fighter, she knows the moves and stuff, and lend credibility to it somewhat. So, all right, we'll see how this goes. She did that Terror on the Prairie for Daily Wire. It's good. I really liked it, and this kind of role will be more akin to the action movies and stuff she's done. But that one, there's action in it. It was a Western, but at the same time, she played a very vulnerable character and did show some range there. So, good on her. Anyway, all right, Logan Rain. We'll see how that goes. Could it be possible they'll put in a little cameo of her in the Mandalorian movie? Yeah, it could be, but that's something else we'll also have to wait and see. Afraid so. All right. Yeah, make sure I'm all set up here. All right. Mike Penzer. I'm fascinated with the helmet. It's so stupid. Yes. And which they've probably figured, hey, the only way to bring this to TV is to make it a comedy. So, Mike Panzer, I'm hoping to move to Vegas. Well, you might get to see Logan Rain being shot in your neighborhood when you do. Mike Panzer, how much money did she get? Is it Yes, it's undisclosed. We don't know what the settlement was. I imagine it was a lot. But they did say they would look for future opportunities to work with her again. So that might have also been a part of the deal, that she's not, outright blacklisted and whatnot. But I don't know. Mike Benzer again says that will be good for the good for the community. Mike Benzer, Peacemaker show is good though. Well, the first season is so far, is a couple episodes in for the second season. It's got its chuckles here and there and some cool things, but it's nowhere near as good as the first season. And since it's a couple of episodes in already, I'm afraid that's probably going to that's just going to stay true. For left to its own, will it turn out to be okay? Perhaps. It started off very badly with a very controversial orgy scene. So, it's very disturbing. So, I don't know about that. And especially when they set it up to follow the events of the Superman movie, it was just a bad call. But so it's got some stumbles and flaws on it so far. Mike Panzer again, maybe similar to Midnight Men. Midnight Men. You mean the comic book series? Oh, Howard Chaykin? Yeah. No, I guess it would fit in with Howard Chaykin. That would come across. Now, Howard Chaykin was always very entertaining. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that. That's right. Peacemaker's the type of show that he could have worked on. I don't know. He might be largely retired now. His American Flag series was really cool. Of course, he goes way overboard into, raunchy, naughty stuff. So I don't even know if they would do that on the show. And quite frankly, I would hope not. But Midnight Men, that was a really cool series. It's probably largely forgotten now. But and it was an interesting take on the whole idea of a Batman-like character, but as a legacy character and whatnot. That would make a great show. It would. His Power and Glory series, same thing. In fact, you could probably cross the two over. But I assume he has control of all those, and he probably already has shopped that around. He did work in television for a good while, but I think he was burned out on it. So, yes, the Flash show, he did write for that. Mike Bender, see, an anonymous vigilante, yeah. So it could be something on par with that. But you know, it's a shame. But you know, if he wasn't in control of it, I don't know that I'd want someone to come in and take the property of Midnight Men, American Flag, or Power and Glory, and because you know they'll mess it up. But you know, Avengers Doomsday wraps. Expect massive reshoots. Yes, there's always massive reshoots. And there was some rumor about how they were doing it, where they had a body double in the Doom costume, and Robert Downey Jr. would do his lines off camera. And apparently, Downey said, "Oh God, this is awful. We got to redo it." So they already, if that's true, redid some shoes, but that's during the principal photography era. So I guess it counts as part of that. But every Marvel film has been reshot and reshot and reshot to the point of being impossible to make back their money. Avengers Doomsday has wrapped principal photography in the United Kingdom. Directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, the film completed its main shoot this week, marking the end of one phase of production for the Phase 5 movie, for Marvel's biggest project since Endgame. So, Avengers Doomsday over and out. It's been a blast. And they took a shot of these ladies' backsides. Is that Sydney Sweeney's jeans? Anyway, but the finish line isn't here yet. True to what's often called the Marvel method, Kevin Feige and the Russos are already preparing for extensive additional photography. The Hollywood Reporter reports, that's what they do, the studio expects a healthy dose. So this time it'll be healthy. Just a few pickups, you know, and that kind of thing. Yeah. Sure. Which has become standard for Marvel. They're not standard. I wouldn't call them healthy. There's too many. They reshoot the whole movie for Marvel blockbusters, but also fuel speculation about behind-the-scenes struggles. The news comes after months of rumors about the film's difficulties, from script rewrites to reported cast tensions with Robert Downey Jr. returning as Dr. Doom, and speculation about Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. Avengers Doomsday has faced constant chatter about its direction. Now that the main shoot is complete, attention shifts to the reshoots, where Marvel and the Russos will shape the movie into its final form. Maybe you should have had a script so you could pretty much get it all done in the initial shoot. A few scenes here and there would be fine. But if you end up reshooting the whole movie again, given the scale of the project and the pressure on Marvel to deliver a hit, those sessions could be significant. No doubt. It's already been confirmed following secret wars that the MCU will undergo some sort of reboot. Rumors even say the post-Endgame MCU could be completely erased. It should be. 2 synopses have been released. Dr. Doom has officially arrived on the Marvel Cinematic Universe stage. The villain, a master of cutting-edge science and powerful magic, will unleash a cascading crisis across the multiverse. Oh, you can't use the word crisis. That's DC. Marvel's most iconic character, Robert Downey, he's not the character. He played the most iconic character in Tony Stark, but that character's dead now. He's going to play a different one. Robert Downey Jr. Also returns as Dr. Doom. The highly anticipated new Avengers movie, Avengers Doomsday, will be released in 1 year. 7 years after the excitement of Endgame, the ever-evolving, well, more like devolving, Marvel's cinematic universe is set to reach a new climax. Robert Downey Jr. makes a sensational return to the MCU as the villain Doctor Doom. The Russo brothers, who led Avengers Infinity War and Endgame to success and will once again serve as directors. It's going to be the most epic two-part story in the last decade, with many characters and intertwining stories. Joe Russo, let's move forward together toward the new era of the MCU. Well, that's the hope, And the cast includes everybody except maybe not Tatiana Maslany, But anyway, there you go. They did the principal photography. How much of that photography will you get to see? Probably very little. Because I expect those reshoots to be massive. So, and they'll be messing with it with CGI and stuff right up to the moment it premieres in theaters. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Mike Penzer. Do you have a subscription to DC? Why you're showing panels from Peacemaker? I'm showing the Peacemaker comic because of the show. I just thought it would be a good subject to cover on the. And then those are the old Carlton versions of Peacemaker, not the DC version. They bought the character in the 80s, but yeah. Mike Vanzer, I'm drawing my comic this morning. It's called Rider. All right, then. Mike Vanzer, so not into R.D. Jr.? No, he's a fabulous actor and everything. I'm just not all that crazy about these movies lately. And I don't know. I mean, the gimmick and everything might be enough for people, out of curiosity, for people to show up. But this is not the same MCU that was when they did Infinity War and Endgame. It just isn't. Chronos Godwisen, they can erase it, but they will just repeat the same mistakes, more than likely. Yeah. Mike Penzer, MCU for 6-year-olds. Yeah, maybe. Let's see here. That's just the site. We don't need that. Oh, yeah, The Conjuring. Well, I got to do my review on the latest Conjuring movie. I did see it. When am I going to do that? Maybe it'll be out by Tuesday. I don't know. But of course, it's the only other shared universe that's been successful besides the MCU. And the main movies was this very fictionalized version of the Warrens. But their story is concluded, but they've got all these spin-offs. So the Conjuring universe continues to expand with the reported development of the sequel to A Forgotten Entry, and it has the perfect title. The Conjuring universe has a plethora of entries that chronicles the most terrifying cases of Ed and Lorraine Warren, which began with 2013's The Conjuring. One of these projects is The Curse of La Llorona, but some argue that this movie is not part of the shared universe at all. Well, it is. I mean, they had that. The only character that was from the rest of the movies in it was that priest. I forget his name. He was in that. Still, many fans consider that La Llorona is part of the existing universe, mainly due to Father Perez. There you go. That's who was in there. A familiar face from the Annabelle movie. Although The Conjuring Last Rites is billed as the final entry of the universe, I don't think they specified it that way. Yeah. And weren't they going to do one on the Crooked Man? They said they would. Maybe they dropped it. I don't know. But that's the kind of thing, because some of this, beyond the Ed and Lorraine stories, there was all this business of folklore and stuff like La Llorona is, and they would pursue that. Plus, The Nun is completely fictional. They didn't borrow from any kind of folklore or anything for that. They just made it up. So they could do more of that kind of stuff. So anyway, it seems that the stories are still poised to continue with the looming arrival of the second entry to the La Llorona franchise. Entertainment insider Daniel Rickman reported that a sequel to The Curse of La Llorona is in development, and it is called The Revenge of La Llorona. Oh, you spelled it wrong here. Of La Llorona. The title is perfect because it captures the essence of who the character is. For those unaware, La Llorona is a ghost of a mother who drowned her kids out of a jealous rage for her cheating husband. Well, it's not the kid's fault. God, what a bitch. The revenge in the title could have a double meaning. Aside from the whole essence of the vengeful ghost of La Llorona, it could also imply that she is out for blood against Anna's family who defeated her in the first movie. Probably. The report also stated that filming will begin next month in Buffalo, New York. The studio is also casting for a male role between 12 to 15 years old, named Antonio, described as a strong supporting character who wants to be brave and the protector of his family. More casting details stated that he will be the eldest son of new characters, Luisa and Diego. Antonio is also a quiet observer who wears his family's anxiety in his sleeve. Don't you mean on his sleeve? The Revenge of La Llorona is produced by, James Wan and all the rest. So is Linda Cardellini going to show up in it or not? I don't know. Well, The Revenge of La Llorona could finally explore its conjuring connections. So Father Perez wasn't enough? I don't know. The La Llorona has the potential to not only expand on the lore of the titular ghost, but also explore more of its ties. You don't have to repeat the title again. While it's unlikely the likes of Ed and Lorraine will appear, they won't. Last Rites is their final movie. There is a chance that other supporting characters, like an adult Judy, Judy could show up, or even Father Gordon, depending on the timeline when the movie is set. Well, I won't spoil anything. Based on the casting call, it seems that the movie will focus on a new family, and there's a good chance that Antonio's younger siblings may be. What is going on here? Primary target of La Llorona this time. After all, the titular ghost is hell-bent on replacing her two children whom she drowned in the past with two souls in the present day. Then you shouldn't have drowned them, stupid. There's also a chance that Anna's family from the first movie could make an appearance, considering that they are aware of how to defeat a vengeful identity. I think you mean entity, like La Llorona. All in all, The Revenge of La Llorona could finally be acknowledged by the larger. I think it already is. The film could simply reference past cases of the warrants. All right. Well, whatever. Anyway, La Llorona is getting a sequel, so be on the lookout for that. All right. Oh, here's some actual comic book stuff. So I haven't gotten a copy of the Deadpool Batman crossover yet, but here, Bounding in the Comics has all the variant covers. Oh, goodness me. Excuse me. I am sorry. Guess I'm allergic to Batman and Deadpool cover. Anyway, there, I've seen this one. Oh, no. But don't worry. He can regenerate, so it's fine. Here, Wolverine makes an appearance, and I guess Batman uses his batarangs between his fingers to fight with Wolverine. And again, Wolverine can regenerate, so it's not going to go great for Batman on that one. Another wraparound cover. There's, of course, Deadpool and Batman. An homage to the Wolverine versus the Hulk, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't know why these girls are here, but of course, Batgirl and why am I blanking on Daredevil's girl? Elektra. Jeez. That's almost scary. Speaking of Daredevil, here he is hanging out with Green Arrow. No. Pretty good cover here of Captain America and Wonder Woman, Crypto, and Jeff the Shark. Well, not all that crazy about this one. Yeah. More. I don't know. It's the Joker. Oh no, and yeah. Poison Ivy and Rogue. Of course, Rogue could just touch her, and then she has her Poison Ivy. Now this is nice, a painted cover for Batman, and they changed his logo to. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah. Anyway, and then a Frank Miller cover. Well, what are you gonna do? Two more sacks of lead. It's Magic and Catwoman. Okay. Big Barda and The Thing. Batman and Deadpool. So you get that. Batman having a laugh as Deadpool has seemingly died, but of course we know he won't because he regenerates. So there's, well, I guess it's a mixture of the DC, yeah. So anyway, and this one, another Batman and Deadpool, two more sacks of lads. Catwoman again. Is she putting her hand between her legs? I don't know. And Wonder Woman and Captain America, because they like to wear star-spangled outfits. Yeah. Some more sack the lad. This is Big Barda stripped down and Rogue stripped down. Cool. Jay Lee's art is always spectacular. This is Constantine and Doctor Strange. Yeah. Female Wolverine and Nightwing. Yeah. I can't take Harley Quinn anymore. And Frank quietly drawing Batman and Deadpool. I guess Batman needed some help fastening his cape. So Deadpool, let me see. And there you go. Gambit with a giant card to explode and about to land it on Robin. Lobo and Deadpool, which actually makes a little more sense that those two would pair up, But, well, I guess he'll make a cameo or something. And there's multiple stories within the special, so I don't know how many of these represented. Wonder Woman versus the original Miss Marvel. So it'd probably go a long way if they did her like this, That would be an awesome outfit. And Batman and Wolverine. Again, that probably makes more sense than Batman and Deadpool. But, and there is he supposed to be like the zombie or something? Anyway, Storm and Wonder Woman. The Joker and Doctor Doom. Well, the Joker has no chance against the likes of Doctor Doom. Sure, he's faced off against Batman, but Batman doesn't want to kill him. Doctor Doom wouldn't waste 5 seconds, and that's it for Joker. So Yeah. Scarlet Witch and Zatanna, they're thack, the lad. Zatanna's going to win because she's not crazy. And then you get this nothing. If you want a blue color cover, you get this one. If you want the red cover, you get this one. If you want a black cover with the logos of Deadpool and Batman, you get that. Finally, you would think Punisher and Batman would be teamed up, but no, they bring Lobo in for that. Yeah, it doesn't really make a whole lot. And that's it. Oh, well, gee, what was the best one? Do you? Yeah, well, it's the girls, you know. No, nah, no. It's not too bad. It's a wraparound, though, you know. No. 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 Nah. Nah. No. No. Nah. Yeah, it's not bad. That's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty good. So I guess that's like maybe. Yeah, I guess it's probably this one. That's probably the better of the batch, I suppose. And I mean that because the sexy girls ones are really great, but it's called Deadpool Batman, you know, so it should be Deadpool and Batman on the cover. I mean, it's just the way it goes. But that's the whole thing about variants, you know. I never really cared for the variant deal, but you know, if you don't like the main cover, you can pick one of those others. The choice is yours. So anyway, there we go. It's great, isn't it? Yeah. Mike Panzer says, no, I'm asking if you have Peacemaker from some online source. Oh, no. It's the Peacemaker comics come courtesy of Comics Plus. There's all these public domain comics there, tons of them. And that's the source for my Sunday comics show. So sorry about that. Mike Panzer says, I am posting my book on my Twitter page, Mike Panzer. All right. Chronos Godweisen Gesundheit. Yeah, thank you. Had to figure out how to spell that. Panzer, Google Justice League of Amazons. That does sound familiar. Well, will do. But I've run out of time and I've got to take my leave. And but we'll do this again, which will be another Peacemaker story. I'll have to find one for Mr. Nailsin's Sunday Comics. Yeah, it'll still be the same title. And Peacemaker will be there. I don't know who else, whoever the hell he's beating the crap out of and swimming around, trying to figure out what he's doing. And just sort of accident. That's right. See you next time on Mr. Nailsin's Sunday Comics.